it's great to come back. My family's from here. I grew up here, born and raised. Being able to come to this university, get to come back and see all the guys, and I'm just extremely proud of where how far they've gone. World Series is a big deal. I couldn't brag enough to all my teammates about how that was my college, So, like I said, I wore up my tech shirt all through the locker room. They're like, "Hey, man, close the yearbook." I'm like, "No, turn on the TV, man. Turn on the TV. That's my college up there." And then I got to see a couple innings whenever they were playing in Miami. So that was pretty cool. I was just excited. And when I got there, I saw some of the guys, and they got excited too. And I was like, "Man, this is awesome. It's something that I wish that we could have done." But Tadlock just knows how to coach, knows how to get everybody working together, and that's just a huge thing. The chemistry is great there. I don't think anybody can put as much pressure as I put pressure on myself or the team. Preparing to be successful. I think one of the big reasons why I was successful is because I expected to be at this level, and not only did I expect it, I worked for it. So I kind of that's a big thing, is expecting it and also working for it. Some people expect it but they don't work for it. Some people work for it but don't expect it. You know what I mean? So it's a kind of like a little formula you got to come up with. There's no like one thing you can tell somebody. Like, everybody's path to success is different. Some people see me here and they don't realize how hard I worked to get here. People think it was a straight line when it was all over the place to get to where I am now. So just kind of taking your path and try not to emulate anyone else. Just kind of stay in your lane and kind of work for where you want to be. You got to know like what your level is. You got to stay in your lane. I mean, I saw people, like when you get drafted, there's people that are throwing 100 miles an hour, and you're like, well, I want to throw 100 miles an hour. You see that, but you got to know your game. And that's one of the main things. You go in the weight room, you see guys that are lifting a lot of weight, and maybe you don't lift that much, but you got to stay in your lane and work at what you need to work at and what makes you better. Because a lot of times you try to do something else different, you try to do too much, and all of a sudden you bit off more than you can chew, and you're not successful. You kind of hurt yourself. So I just tell them to kind of, make sure your school is good, because that's one of the things that's a big deal, and make sure that you're working hard, but not too hard, and not just kind of keep looking forward. Don't look at everybody else. Just keep your head down and keep working.